great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Today is the 4th of October, and this is episode 921 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'll be here for the next hour and a half or so with my good friend Huli. And I am going to take immigration questions for the next hour and a half. Now, before we came on, I hopped on in the waiting room with Huli. There was somebody who wanted to ask me a question about special hold on. SIJ visas for juveniles, and I have never handled one of those. So Huli was like, Jim, I think that person can hear you. I was just telling them that they couldn't, that I haven't handled those before, and it wasn't going to be something we'd be able to help with. And, you know, I'm never afraid to admit that I don't know something, and that's really important. I think that's how you learn and how you get better. So we're here to answer the questions that we can answer. And if we can't answer, we try to send you on to someone who might be able to help you. So I'll be here, like I said, to answer your questions. Amani and I saw a movie last night called One Battle After Another. It was great. I recommend it. There's definitely an immigration angle to it. Our friend Juan from the intake team suggested that we see it. A lot of the intake team members were going to see it. It has Leonardo DiCaprio, that lady named Regina, forget her last name, and then who else is in it? Sean Penn, he's crazy. Paul Thomas Anderson directed it. The opening scene, just spoiler alert, the opening scene is them busting guys out of the Otay Immigration Detention Center in San Diego. So it's pretty timely. You see a lot of things that look like ICE officers running around with guns in cities. A very interesting movie. It was strange, a little strange, and some weird things in it, but some things that were really, really funny. Leonardo DiCaprio was good as always, so definitely recommend that one. Kevin says SIJs are in risk. Yeah. And Robert says Padres lost, so sad. Yes, Padres lost. Yes, they didn't show up in the playoffs, as they never do. All right. Huli's here with me. As I said, I have Navi, Nico, Zai, and Ro. And we'll go in that order. Navi, hello.
Hey, hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I was still writing my question, so I'm
okay.
Sorry. So, sir, we speak before, and I am documentary qualified. After 601 I have approved. I'm documentary qualified for 10 months as of today with the National Visa Center in India.
10 months, you said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10 months. So, sir, I filed a motion to terminate my case 3 months ago from today with the asylum case. So I can go attend my immigrant visa interview whenever it came. So, right. So when I filed that 3 months ago, Ohio judges, I think, is fast. They just scheduled the court date in 2 weeks. Like, it was fast. So when we went to the court, we asked for, that time I was documentary qualified for 7 months. And we asked a judge for more time, if he can just continue, so I can be still with my family, with my wife and children. But he said, no, that he has to give me a voluntary departure. He can dismiss it. He's going to give me a voluntary departure. Then we'll explain the little situation. Then he gave me a 4-month continue.
That was
4
nice.
month. Yeah. But that 4 month expire next month. So I have a court date next month. By the time I go to the court, I be documentary qualified 11 month, right. which is that court date. He probably gonna give me he said 4 month. So 11, 12, 13, that's gonna be 15. You think is it worth to ask him a more time, even like he may denied it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so can I ask him a more time?
Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, for sure.
But he said even that my lawyer said even he's gonna get pissed. He said even he denied it, his decision about the voluntary departure should not be a change. He's still going to give you the voluntary departure. So I think so as of today, 10 month, can I file mandamus? Because you talk about you have to wait till a year. 'Cause I
Yeah,
want my,
yeah.
I want my,
Sure, I'd file mandamus on this for you. Absolutely,
yeah,
you have extra reasons why you need it.
yeah. I speak to Daniel, one of your the
Yeah,
one of your team. He explained me everything, but he said ask Jim, like, since you have been in a 10-month documentary qualified.
yeah,
So since I'm a 10 months today, and I may have 5 more months to stay in this country since I get my voluntary departure. So in a
yeah,
5 month, you think there is any chance to get my interview?
yeah. And if nothing else, it's something you could do. You could say to the judge, "Hey, judge, I know we were here last time. You really wanted us to take voluntary departure,
Mhm.
and then you kindly, very nicely, gave us 4 more months.
Yes.
And I know that you're doing everything on your end to keep it alive, so that I don't have to take voluntary departure. Just so you know, I hired a lawyer to sue USCIS to try to get a faster decision on the. It's the what are you waiting on the waiver?
No, sir. I'm waiting for India, Mumbai to give me an interview
Oh, to sue
for
the
my
embassy.
in.
Oh, that's why Daniel said no. Yeah. Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
when did the
So
State Department, when did USCIS approve the I-130?
well, that happened back in 2020
So
when
the
they
state
approved my.
so the State Department has had your case for 5 years.
Yeah, because I have to go through this 601A waiver, which is take 3 to 4 year almost. So I
Right.
have to wait.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I would do it, but I can't give you any guarantee for sure that it's going to work, because getting embassies to move on cases pre-interview is very, very hard. I would do it.
Okay.
I think it'd be good for you to have that argument with the judge. Hey, judge, we sued the State Department to try to move the case along there.
Okay.
And usually, and where what big city do you live near?
What do you mean? Say again.
What state and city do you live in? Like, where do you live?
By Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, so Ohio. Yeah, Ohio's not great for lawsuits, but I think it's your only chance.
Yeah, even like I'm documentary qualified for 12 month or 13 month, then we sue. It's like it's gonna be same thing. Like,
Yeah, anytime these days, the only time we really get motions to dismiss is when the person hasn't had their interview yet. So for the most part, we're not really doing that very often, but you have special circumstances.
yeah, so we can explain that to and
Put it all-
mandamus.
Yep, put it all in there. Yeah.
So when you file a mandamus, sir, like one of your attorney attend that, there is any for court date for that, or they just give a decision?
That's me. So you don't go to court. I don't go to court. It's all done on paper. Every now and then, I mean, I've filed 2,000 of these lawsuits. I've only talked to a judge maybe 20 times. But yeah, you don't do anything. Not immigration court. This is federal court. This is different.
Okay, so I don't speak to judge, you don't speak to judge. It's just a paperwork.
Yep.
Okay, all right, sir. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Hooli, send me Navi's contact information, and I'll follow up with him today or tomorrow. Navi, you'll hear
Yes,
from me
sir.
by the end of the day tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye, buddy. Now I understand why Daniel said no, because it was a pre-interview lawsuit, but Navi's got special circumstances. Nico, hello.
Hey, Jim.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you. Thank you for answering all these questions.
Sure.
I'll be quick. So 4 years ago, when I had a green card, I filed the I-130 for my wife.
Okay.
And last year on October, I got my citizenship, and we submitted 485 for her and asked it to upgrade. Basically send a paper asking to upgrade I-130 as well.
So she's out of status?
She was out of status when we submitted 485.
Yeah.
March this year, we got interview. Everything went well. And I-130 was approved right away, but the officer handed us the paper stating that we still need to review 485.
Yep.
It's been like 4 months. I sent the request a couple of weeks ago, but got the response that it's still taking like normal processing times. The question is though, like I noticed for I-130 approval notice, I don't know how I missed this part. It says husband or wife of permanent resident, not the immediate relative. So can this be an issue? Do I need to contact the USCIS to so they can check why it says like permanent resident, not the immediate relative on I-130?
Okay. I have a question for you.
Yep.
Let's pretend you never became a U.S. citizen, okay? If you had never become a U.S. citizen, would your priority date for the I-130 that you filed for your wife be current for final action date? Do you know?
No way.
It wouldn't be?
No. It's
So let's just say final action date F2A is February of 2024. So when did you file for her?
It was receipt. Let me check the receipt.
I think it would be because there's a big jump. There was a big jump in October.
March 2022.
Yeah, so you're current.
Oh, okay.
You're current. So that's really weird because what I was gonna guess was that maybe if they still have you locked into the system as a green card holder and your final action date isn't current, then that might be the problem. But let's just pretend that right now they don't really understand that you're a U.S. citizen. Okay. In other words, even though they're the same agency that approved your N400, and even though you provided documentation to them that you've become a U.S. citizen, let's say based on your I-130 and on the delay, that perhaps they've missed the boat and don't understand that you're a U.S. citizen, right? So whenever you apply, green card cases filed by spouses are tricky. And the reason that they're tricky is because sometimes USCIS will schedule the interview for the I-130 and the 45 before the priority date is current. And the system's supposed to alert them, hey, you completed the I-130 that he filed for his wife. You completed the 45 for the wife. And the last piece of the puzzle is that the visa bulletin is current and that they're eligible for final adjudication of their green card. There's lots of those kinds of cases, not immediate relative cases, that I've been involved in where they don't know how to handle or process because it didn't go in their normal order. In other words, because the priority date becomes current, it's the last of the three. Think of it like a combination. It's the last part of the combination. For some reason, cases like that just stick, right? So I think that might probably be going on, but there's another thing that I think might be going on, and that is this. You are probably the 40th person to call me since March of 2025 and say that our I-130 got approved and our 45 is pending. In fact, it happened to me at an interview yesterday. So I believe that early on in the Trump administration, they started talking to themselves about what to do with people who are out of status at the time that they filed, even though they're married to a U.S. citizen. And I think what's coming eventually is that if you file if you do what you did for your wife, if you do that now or in the future, I think they are thinking about putting that person in removal, which is why they're not approving the green cards, right? So I think that it seemed like at some point around March until now, they flipped this switch, and a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people who have a spouse who is out of status at the time of filing are being held because USCIS hasn't decided yet whether or not to just start giving all those people notices to appear in immigration court. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So I think it's both those things. So for all those reasons, if I were you, what I would do is so her I-45 has been pending for a while. Her I-130 is old because you filed as a green card holder. I would sue them to try to get them to issue her green card. I would not just keep waiting in case they decide to do that thing of referring people to the immigration court.
It's not something I need to wait like before suing them. Is it like I need to wait like from the date I filed I-485 or from the date?
When did you file the 45?
October 2024.
So a year.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you. A year's plenty. Where do you live?
Houston.
Yeah. So Texas is good to sue. So I would sue if I were you.
Okay.
But yeah, you can wait as long as you want. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. Hopefully you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready whenever you are. But that's what I would do.
I'll reach the office and discuss with them.
Thank you, Nico.
Thanks so much.
Bye, buddy. Nurse Laura asks, are any of you doing something fun or exciting this weekend? Amani and I are going to the Best of Missouri. So these vendors and farmers and people bring all their stuff to the botanical garden. And then some of our St. Louis Hacking Immigration Law team are doing a trivia night together tonight. So that should be fun in support of the MICA Project, which is our friend Robert's favorite charity. The MICA Project helps people that are unrepresented going through the deportation court that don't have any money. So we're going to go to a fundraiser for them. We always support that event. It's always fun. So that'll be fun. I have a question that some of you can, sometimes I ask Noor things about what's going on in culture or kid stuff, but I want to know about 6-7. 6-7. Somebody explain 6-7 to me, please, because I'm not getting it. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know what's going on. Zai. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, Zai's next, then Ro, then F, then AA. Hi, Zai.
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Great.
And you're doing a great work. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'm watching your show since a year.
Nice.
And I used to believe that my case is pretty straightforward, but since I'm watching your show and administration has been changed, things has been changed.
That's funny because sometimes I think people watch the show to say, well, at least I'm not as dumb as those people. But yeah, I do think people learn that things aren't as straightforward by watching the show over and over and hearing the crazy stories from people. I do think what you just said happens too. So tell me about your case.
Okay. I have a 17 years marriage with my husband. We have 5 kids, biological kids. We moved here in 2021, and my marriage has been super rocky, and I am finally at this stage that I want to divorce this person.
Okay.
And now my worry is that since the Trump administration is after my kind of immigrants, so if I file for the divorce, will it put me out of status? I'm holding 10 years green card.
So first of all, I'm very sorry that you're going through a rocky divorce. That's a rocky marriage. I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
Green card holders are certainly free to divorce. I don't think anyone would ever say that somebody in a 17-year marriage that wasn't legit or try to take away an immigration benefit based off that. Why haven't you applied for citizenship? Because you haven't been here long enough, or what?
Yeah, this is my 4th year. Like I said, my marriage is super rocky, and
got it. So you were living back home for a long time without any immigration status, and you didn't do it until you came here.
Yeah, because he wasn't even here. So we came here together in 2021. He was working somewhere in Gulf country.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in kind of it's abusive relationship. So, and I see it's affecting kids. So I want to just want to walk out of this marriage. Sure. I would like to hire you. You think after the divorce decree I can apply for citizenship, or should I wait till next June for 5 years?
You have to wait 5 years because even if let's say you applied under the 3-year rule and you got approved and you got your oath ceremony, if you got divorced or your spouse died the day before your ceremony, you'd have to start all over. So
okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to hire you regardless in June.
Sure. We'd be happy to. Yeah, for sure. I would say right now, focus on being safe, focus on being away from the abuse. I would spend your money this year. I would say to myself, I want to spend my money this year on the divorce attorney and spend my money next year on the immigration attorney. But, I have a friend who's getting divorced, and tomorrow she's serving the divorce papers on her husband, and she's changing the locks. It's a lot emotionally, a lot logistically. She has 4 kids, so it's tricky stuff. I feel for you. If there's anything we can do in the meantime, let us know. But just you should know that for the most part, once you have your 10-year green card, unless the angry U.S. citizen can really prove that the marriage was fake, which again, 17 years and a bunch of kids, that's not going to happen. I would just say just focus on being safe and away from that person.
I really appreciate that. And I got a question. Can I file on my own? Because I spoke to a couple of divorce lawyers. They want like $5,000, and that's too much for me.
I understand. I would say that it would be very foolish to apply for divorce. I mean, I'm a lawyer, right? I'm a lawyer, and when I have legal issues that aren't immigration, I hire lawyers. Now, obviously, I have money and because I'm a lawyer, so I know there's financial things, but I would figure out a way to find a lawyer that's reasonable, and I would borrow the money because it'll all be well spent. That money will be well spent on the divorce lawyer because you don't know and I don't know all the little rules in there. And my friend who's going through a divorce, I referred her to a divorce attorney in her area that I thought looked like a good person, and they've been a good fit. But that lawyer has told my friend literally 7 things about the divorce that I've never heard of, that I've never thought of before. So I would talk to your family, I'd find a way to come up with some money to pay for that lawyer.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I'll shoot you an email.
Sure.
I got very complicated.
Yeah. Thank you, Zai.
Thank you.
Hang in there. Tired of these abusive spouses, especially when they're the U.S. citizens. Let's fuck them up. What do you say? Let's fuck them up. I've been saying the F word a lot lately. Imani says they shouldn't. Wait, somebody got their green card up above. Let me find it here. Oh yeah, it was that Google logo. Here it is. Here it is. Grayson said, Mr. Hacking, we had our green card interview on Thursday, approved on the spot. From the time we applied to the approval was 48 days. Thank you for the content on the interviews. It helped, although ours was super casual. Awesome. I'm glad, Grayson. That's good news. Everybody's giving Grayson props in there. Yeah, $5,000 is very low for divorce. Like, that's a down payment, Robert. You're right about that. Good job, Grayson. Hope you're still watching. We got Ro, F, AA, and Guido's back. Hello, Ro.
Hello, Mr. Hacking. Thank you for taking time to answer all these questions. I have a question about, we have a pending case for an I-130, 485, and with 245 protection that my wife has.
Great.
We already got a work permit, no criminal history, not even a traffic ticket. So we have a interview coming up in a few weeks, and how much are we at risk for being detained at an interview? Because our lawyer says that there's been a spike in detainments during scheduled interviews. Have you heard some of this?
I have heard it. And I don't know if you watched yesterday's show, but yesterday at the immigration office, it was like a cavalcade of stars. It was like all the immigration lawyers in St. Louis, well, a lot of them, like 7 of us. We were all sitting around talking, waiting for our interviews, and we were talking about that very subject. And most everybody said that what they're seeing and what we've been hearing on this show and in consults is it's for people that actually already have a removal order.
Okay.
So I would say, okay, obviously, Ro, you don't want your wife to get detained, right?
Correct. Of course.
So
we have 4 children.
Totally natural to worry about that. But if she were to get detained, she's obviously been here a very long time if she has 245I, right?
Yes.
And, it's an approvable case. So worst case scenario, if she got detained, she would probably get bond maybe right away or with a judge in a week or 2. And then she has a total path to stay. So I understand. I'd be shitting in my pants if I were her going to an interview, worrying about what I totally understand. I'm not minimizing it at all. But I also want you and her to know that she should be able to get her green card.
Okay. Just with that. The only proof we have of the 245I was just an approval of a I-130 for one of her parents, not married, and but they never did anything with it. They never became green card holders or anything with that. It just stayed in the backtracks for whatever reason. And
mom or dad?
Mom.
Okay, so mom's obviously on the birth certificate.
Yeah, so then mom later on she got her green status because of one of her daughters married a army person, and that's how she got her green card 20 years later. would that be fine as evidence for 245I protection?
That's more than I've had in the past. I've done it with a receipt notice, so I would say that's really good.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. And also,
you're gonna have to
sorry.
tie it all. You're gonna have to tie it all together to show that your wife was in the United States when that happened and all that stuff. So
Yeah, she has vaccination records of when she was here.
yeah,
And
I feel good about this case.
okay. Also, we just have one big concern, which was when my wife was 18. Well, obviously, she had to provide for herself and help out her family. She worked without her authorization for about 2 months, 15 years ago, but she never filed taxes. Is that something that might affect her?
That's okay. It'll be forgiven.
Okay.
The one thing I wanted to ask, whenever I talk to someone like your wife who's been here for a really long time, the one question I always have is, I just want to make sure no false claims to U.S. citizenship in order to
No,
work.
never, no.
Good luck, Ro. I hope it goes well. Will you let us know?
Yes, I will definitely come back to the show and let you guys know how it went. Just one more thing. The use of people when they ask you, oh, your social and just a made up number, where the use of false documents never claiming to be a U.S. citizen also a problem?
Okay, let's separate out exactly what you're asking me, because
Like, for example, say they applied for the job, but they used like a fake Mika with a fake social with their name on it. Is that an issue? Is that going to cause problems for a case? If
you're talking about some hypothetical person now, right?
Yes, right, of course.
Yeah. I would say that's something that the person should talk to their lawyer with, and it depends on the exact facts of the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a question for a friend. But okay, all right. So we should have nothing to worry about, correct?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm nervous. I'm nervous at most interviews I go to these days, and I'm a U.S. citizen. So yeah, I mean, what I would say is what I said before, which is she has a path, and I feel good about the case.
Okay, so that sounds great. So that would put her at ease because, again, no criminal history, no tickets, nothing. So
I would totally file that case. I would totally go to that interview. Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for everything you're doing.
Bye, Rose. See you, buddy.
Thank
you. AJ says, Costco run. What are your guys' favorite things at Costco? I like Costco. Costco's in California aren't much fun, though. They're too small, and they're laid out weird. Here in the Midwest, in Missouri, we got lots of room. So Costco runs. Amani was thinking about a Costco run, but, I think you can actually waste money going to Costco sometimes, buying a bunch of shit you don't need, especially now that we're in a house of 3 instead of a house of 6. Nelson asked, can I use psychological evaluations for VAWA if I don't have affidavits? You can, but that'd be pretty weak evidence, Nelson, because it's all just stuff coming from you. I think you need more than that. Costco has a good taco platter. Well, I don't know about this. And that's the other thing about Costco is sometimes there'll be stuff there that you really like, and then the next time or 2 times later when you go, it's not there. What do we like from Costco? Well, that's where I get my brisket. They have good meat at Costco. Chickens and Ramadan. Sometimes they even have halal chickens. The layouts in California are definitely weird. Yeah. I have some friends, they love Costco, and they live in Utah. They went to all 13 Costcos in Utah and evaluated them all. Then they went to Japan, and apparently there's a Costco in Japan. Did you know that? That surprised me. I like Costco because I think the people that work there own it. I think people are, and I'm not giving my money to the Cronkies who move the Rams out of St. Louis. Everybody's calling me. I wonder what's up. Let me see what's up. In the meantime, I'm going to go to F. Hello. Hello, F.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good. Okay. How are you, brother?
Good. Yep.
Yes, my name is Firoza. So I am trying to apply for citizenship before October 18. I applied 3 years ago, and I feel actually I denied. Because I did not meet the criteria 5 years. It was less than 5 years, and I was out 1 year, from outside.
Yeah.
So inshallah, I'm going to. I want to apply N400 within the next week. So I have some
Time out,
question.
real quick. So when did the trip of more than 1 year end? When did you come back from the trip of more than 6 months?
It was actually not this time. First time when I, applied for citizenship, that time, it was denied for that because I was, I got my.
Listen. I need you to listen to my question. So everybody, I'm trying to work with people to get them to listen to the questions that I ask and then answer the question that I ask. Okay. Just because I want everyone to learn. I did this with a client the other day. They were thinking about hiring us to do a lawsuit for them. So what is the date that you came back from the long trip? That's what I need to know.
It was 18, I think 2018. I went 2017 and then come back 2018 after 1 year, more than 1 year.
And then when you're lucky you got back in. And then when did you apply for citizenship?
21.
So then, okay, that makes sense. So now you're fine. So you're gonna apply next week. Okay, I'm with you. I'm down with that. So go ahead.
Yeah. So I have when my husband filled out the N400, he was sick. He had glioblastoma, brain cancer.
I'm
But
sorry.
we thought that he applied. He was busy in his work at his room, so he did some wrong feelings, right? My father's name, all the 30 years, my in my passport, my father's name was Muhammad, first name, but when he fill out, it was MD. MD means MD is shortened Muhammad. So he pushed MD, and my mother's name. It was okay because my father is U.S. citizen and my mother is also U.S. citizen. So when they got the citizenship and they apply for the citizenship, they put MD. My father's name was MD, and my mother's also changed the name. And he put the citizenship, the name, current name. But last 30 years, in my passport, it was Muhammad. So what is it? Is it going to be the problem?
No, not a problem at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. And okay. So I got my citizenship for 10 years. It's almost 9 years, and I did not work at all here in the United States. So I did not file even, tax return. My son, actually, I got my green card through my son. So is it going to be the problem if I,
So do you owe any federal, state, or local taxes is the question that they ask. And then the next question they ask
No.
is, do you always file your taxes?
No, I have to say no. Or yes, right.
So why even if you weren't working, so you didn't file taxes because you weren't in the United States, or why?
Because I didn't work, that's why. And
Yeah,
I don't have an income. That's why.
You still have to file a tax. Did your spouse file a tax return?
No, because we are not actually in the United States. We are out because when we come here, my husband got sick, and that's why he could not work.
Okay, so here's what might happen if you apply for citizenship. They might ask you, it's very likely that they would ask you for your tax transcript for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were you, if you've made no money in the last 5 years, then you might go talk to an accountant and file tax returns for zero income. You might get money back from the government. I don't know.
Actually, last week, I did this. Yeah, last week.
You did what last week?
Tax. File my tax return.
For all the years?
3 years, but not 5 years. Is it? Should I go for?
I mean, it'd be better to do all of them since you came back from that long trip, but you know, I would if I were you.
Like 5 years even?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay then. And I have so many questions actually. And I am getting Medicaid. And last 7 years I did not get any Medicaid, but last 2 years I'm getting Medicaid. Is this going to be problem?
Nope.
Okay, that's good. And another question I have. One time I was stopped by police when I was driving. So that police did not give me any, ticket. It was warning because the car was expired, registration car, and my insurance was, expired. So it was, warning. So what should I write? And then 400, I was cited, yes or no?
I did this. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I have to explain, right?
Sure. And show that it was taken care of.
Okay. And okay, then that's the the question I had. And yeah, thank you so much. And I watch your last 2 months I'm watching your show. And
Well,
I
welcome.
love this show.
Thank you, F. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, so we're gonna take a little break from the calls for a minute, and I'm gonna go over a story that happened in Chicago. You guys know that we have a new office in Chicago, and many of you have been very kind to leave us a 5-star review. Huli, how many reviews are we up to on our Chicago office? But I'm going to go ahead and read this parts of the story to you. It's called "Massive Immigration Raid on Chicago Apartment Building Leaves Residents Reeling. I Feel Defeated." The Department of Homeland Security said federal agents with Border Patrol, the FBI, and the Bureau of ATF arrested 37 people in the raid. Now let's take a look at how your government dollars are being spent. Dan Jones was jolted awake around 1 a.m. to the sound of federal agents trying to break through his apartment door. They couldn't get past his double lock, so he went back to bed. But when he woke up hours later for work, note to self, get a double lock on your door. But when he woke up hours later for work, he walked out and found broken doors littering the hallway and his neighbors missing. Jones, 27, is among the residents at 7500 South Shore Drive who are trying to piece together what remains after an early morning high-powered federal immigration raid led to the arrests of dozens of their neighbors at their South Shore apartment building. Armed federal agents in military fatigues busted down their doors overnight, pulling men, women, and children from their apartments, some of them naked, residents and witnesses said. Agents approached or entered nearly every apartment in the 5-story building, and U.S. citizens were among those detained for hours. When he got home from work, part of this is cut off, but when he got home from work, Jones said he entered with furniture missing and all of his clothes and shoes, so they broke in later to his place. Oh, why did this thing happen? Oh, the stupid ad. Okay, I'm pissed off. I feel defeated, he said. On Wednesday, toys, shoes, and food were still in piles in the building's hallways. Property managers were seen throwing mattresses and broken doors into dumpsters. DHS said federal agents, and some of those are arrested, are believed to be involved in drug trafficking and distribution, weapons crime, and immigration violators. The feds also claimed, without any proof, that the South Shore neighborhood was a known location to be frequented by Tren de Aragua members and their associates, an alleged Venezuelan gang. Roderick Johnson, 67, is one of many residents. 67, an old man, 67, is one of many residents who were detained by federal agents during the South Shore raid. A U.S. citizen, he said. Agents broke through his door and dragged him out in zip ties. A fucking U.S. citizen sleeping in bed, 67 years old. Johnson said he was left tied up outside the building for nearly 3 hours before agents finally let him go. I asked agents why they were holding me if I was an American citizen. They said I had to wait until they looked me up. That's not how it works, motherfuckers. You don't get to arrest people, U.S. citizens, and put them in zip ties and then look it up. Fuck you. I asked if they had a warrant, and I asked for a lawyer. They never brought one. Video taken near 75th Street and South Shore Drive showed federal agents in large vehicles gathered on the street near the building. Some wore Border Patrol uniforms, others had FBI logos. FBI confirmed that they were involved. The raid is one of the largest operations since Donald Trump's administration announced the launch of Operation Midway Blitz on September 8th, bringing a flood of federal immigration officers to the Chicago area to conduct raids and arrests. When Donald Trump stands up in front of generals and talks about practicing military maneuvers on U.S. citizens, this is what that fucking Nazi is talking about. A similar raid was carried out in suburban Elgin when agents led by U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem rode in a military vehicle and blew down the front door of a home where they detained 6 people, including 2 U.S. citizens. In the South Shore raid, neighbors said federal agents used flashbang grenades to burst through the building, and several drones and helicopters were deployed. A neighbor across the street said she saw agents dragging residents, including kids, out of the building without any clothes on and into U-Haul vans. Kids were separated from their mothers. It was heartbreaking to watch. Even if you're not a mother, seeing kids coming out buck naked and taken from their mothers, it was horrible. Watson said she went into the building to help one of the residents and was shocked by what she saw. Stuff was everywhere. You could see people's birth certificates and papers thrown all over. Water was leaking into the hallway. Why water was leaking, I don't know. It was wicked crazy. Brandon Lee, a spokesman for the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, said the group was working to identify those taken in the raid. It was a violent show of force in the middle of the night. Taking families out of an apartment building in a residential neighborhood like that is harmful, traumatic, and that is not something that people can easily recover from, whether they themselves were taken or whether they witnessed it. This is what happens in an authoritarian regime. This is what happens in fascism. No due process. People sneaking into people at the middle of the night, arresting old minorities, blacks, Latinos. I can't believe what these guys did. It's absolutely mind-boggling that this is acceptable to the Republican Party. Congress, in the Republican Congress, is allowing this to happen. Everybody that voted for Donald Trump, this is what you voted for. We warned you. Trump said throughout the election that he had nothing to do with Project 2025. Now he's proudly claiming to be aligned with Project 2025. He forgot the talking points. I guess he figures he got elected, so he doesn't need to worry about it anymore. It's absolutely deplorable. It's not my country. It's not this country. And what we're becoming is a fascist state where due process is thrown out the door, where they look you up after they zip tie you and drag you out into the street butt naked. I literally can't get my mind around it. I literally can't get my mind around it. And as Nurse Laura says, what makes me sick is how a lot of people are cheering this. There are people who actually want this. Yes, Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth, these losers. Losers. It's absolutely disgusting. I got AA, then Guido, then I-751 Solo. AA, hello.
Hi, Jim. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you for the good job you are doing, you and your team.
Sure.
I have about 3 questions on filing N-400, but I would like to give you my background before I ask my question. So I came into the country in 2017 with B2 visa, visitor visa. I met the man that I got married to, and we did adjustment of status. Then my green card was approved after I-600 was approved because on my visa application, I felt married, even though I wasn't married. So, so we had to file I-600, which was approved. So I got my
601. Yep.
yeah. I think it's 600
601 waiver. Yep.
waiver. Yeah. So it was approved. So I got my green card. Then we removed the condition in 2023. So I got a 10-year green card. I'm about to file for N400 now, but my question is, before then, he decided to file for divorce this year. So currently we are divorced officially. It's final. Then I want to file for my N400. But there's this question where they're asking, have you ever lied to US government officials? So I don't know how to answer that. Then another question that I have is, what other things should I expect? Or should can I go ahead and apply for N400 given that he filed for divorce this year and it's final?
And he was your qualifying relative for the waiver?
Yes, he was.
So I think we have to ask ourselves, I think we have to step back and ask ourselves a couple other questions, okay? Number one is, should I apply for naturalization right now? If I do, should I apply with a lawyer? And number three, what's the likely outcome, right?
Yes.
So I think there's an argument to be made to maybe sit tight and not apply right away. I mean, first of all, yeah, the answer to that question that you asked me is yes. You have to put yes to that question. I've had people in the past. Let's play it out. I'll tell you about the ways that I've seen this in the past. Okay, so someone like you isn't smart and doesn't call ahead of time and just goes ahead and files, and they fill it out themselves, and they think, well, I already got a waiver for that misrepresentation I had when I marked on the embassy form, the DS-160, that I was married. I've already been forgiven about that. So I can put no to that question because they already know about it. But I've seen people get denied because they said that, not because of what you did back then, but because they say you lied on your N400. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I would say there's a good argument to be made not to apply for citizenship right now, just because things are so crazy with the Trump people. They're viewing every new application as an opportunity to revisit old applications. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they're relitigating things that they've already forgiven. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but I'm saying you have to be extremely careful. I think you could apply, but I would not want you to apply by yourself, because you have to be prepared for your interview. You have to be walked through. There's a lot more questions than the one that you answered that we need to be careful about.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually called your office to see if it's something that you can do for me.
Sure.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can.
so okay. I will call back to kind of see how we can go about that.
Okay, Huli probably has your number. Yeah, Huli will reach out. We'll reach out to you. You don't have to call us back. We'll reach out to you. Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks
Thank
for the call.
you.
Have a good day.
You too, Jim. Bye.
Guido, hello.
Hey, thank you again for the wonderful work that you and your team do.
Sure.
I wanted to give you an update about my situation.
Are you in a space? Guido, are you in a spaceship? Your audio sounds really weird.
Oh, really? No, I am on a laptop.
What'd you say? Yeah, it's sort of going in and out.
How is it now? I'm just
Worse.
talking to my laptop, the same that I used last time I talked to you.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Let me see if there is.
I'll come back, Guido. I'll come back to you next, okay?
Okay.
I-751 Solo, hello.
Hi, Uncle Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to say first and foremost, thank you for the show, as always.
Sure.
I listened to your advice the other day and told my mom about what's happening. If you recall that discussion,
Sure.
I listened to you and it was the right thing to do. So I'm gonna hire you 100%, but I do have a few questions if you don't mind helping me, please.
Go for it.
So my spouse has moved out. If USCIS comes knocking on my door, what do I say?
You say, I mean, because your 751's been pending for how long?
About 5 months, 6 months jointly.
Very, very unlikely that they will follow up that soon. I mean, they don't start even looking at those things for like a year and a half, 2 years. So I think the chances of that are very, very low. And I think you just be honest with them.
Just be honest. Okay, I understand.
And I would say honest includes being, hey, I understand that we filed it jointly. She just moved out on Thursday, and I'm working towards getting my own attorney and filing my own 751. So I'm not hiding anything.
Okay.
And then just be quiet.
Completely understood. What is the price to hire your firm, considering there's a jointly filed I-751 and I-751 on file? Does the price include an interview prep and an attorney coming to the interview?
What city do you live in?
I'm in the Midwest.
Okay. Yeah. So let me see. I never know what our fees are. I'm not good on that. Here we go. Let's see. 751s. I think 751 solo is usually $6,000.
All in, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I pay upfront the full amount, does it go down to 5,500 or no?
Yeah.
Okay. And does that include an attorney preparing me for the interview and also coming along to the interview?
Yes, and it depends on what city it's in. There might be a little extra cost for travel. Yeah.
Okay, that is totally fair. Next question, sorry. Is it a bad idea if my spouse comes with me to the interview, even if we're divorced? Because we're on good terms and she supports me.
I would say that it would most likely be a good thing. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about it more when I hire you. Okay.
Because the thing is, you go in there. I mean, I'm not accusing her of anything, but I would want to think it through, because in theory, she could sink your case right there, right? I would probably rather just have her sign a long affidavit explaining the relationship and not come.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I said I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, she is down to do the whole letter thing. The contents of the letter, me and her will draft it together. We'll put the whole timeline in there. It'll be 5 to 10 pages long. And she's willing to go ahead.
That's something you and the lawyer should do, and then you prepare it together, and then then we ask you, do you think that this person would sign this? And then we just send it to them. We don't want to have interaction between you and her. We don't want to have interaction much with us and her. We just want to know if she'll sign this.
Okay. And she would sign it only after the divorce decree is finalized, meaning we'll file for divorce, and then she's willing to only sign it after we get the final divorce decree. But wouldn't we file the day it's actually filed for divorce in the courts, and then we'll get an RFE? And do we give them the letter for the final divorce decree along with her affidavit, or no?
I mean, you're way down the pike right now, but I would say generally the way that we would do it is you have a 751 on file.
Right.
I would say when the divorce is on file, I would start working on the new 751 solo, but you're going to have plenty of time to submit the divorce decree. Has anybody talked to a lawyer about how long they think the divorce will take?
Not yet. No, I think she's going to talk to a divorce attorney next week.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would, just gauge it. It's you're way down the line. We just got to get started. So I would say generally what we usually do is we build up a new 751 case. I mean, it's okay for there to be a divorce as long as you're working towards filing a divorce on file, as long as you're working towards a new one, and they're not ready to adjudicate your 751 anytime soon. So I think let's talk about the divorce. Let's get the divorce part going. And then as far as us going, we can work on that, at the same time.
Okay. And okay. Will the Okay, I know. I think you answered that question before, but and I can pay the $5,500 with credit card, correct? Is it safe to do over the phone?
Oh yeah, we just send you an online form and you fill it out with.
Okay.
Yep.
Will I need to file the I-751 fee again for the solo, the $750 thing?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the way we do it. Other people don't, but we definitely, if you want them to consider it as a true solo and not mess it up, that's the best way to do it.
And I'm gonna follow your advice, whatever it takes. Would you need to see the existing documents for the jointly I-751 we filed? Like, how will I share that? A Google Drive link, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, prepping my documents for the solo, I know I'm going to start that now, gathering evidence. I've already started that. But when me and one of your attorneys consult, like I would walk them through, or they would walk me through, we'd communicate. And that's when we're prepping most of the docs in real time. Is that how it works? Or I'm just trying to understand.
They would say, send us what you got, fill out this intake form, give us your new stuff, send us what you filed.
Okay.
Give us your new stuff. Then they'll put it together, see what's missing. And then, like I said, they would interrogate you and get your whole history, or you would write it up, and then we would turn it into an affidavit for you. And then we would do a condensed affidavit for her.
Okay, last question. So her affidavit, I know we talked about this a little briefly earlier, but her affidavit reaching USCIS, the fact that it'll reach after the final divorce decree is issued, that's okay, right? And it's appropriate for me to hire you once the divorce the paperwork is filed. That's when I hire you, correct? Or when it's finalized?
No, you can hire us whenever you want. Like, a lot of times we consult with the people as they go through the divorce, so that's fine.
Okay, and the fact that USCIS will get her affidavit after the decree is finalized is okay?
Sure.
Okay. I think those are all my questions. I'll stay in touch, Jim. I'm sorry for bothering you so much. I just want to make sure I'm doing things right. I may have more questions in the future, but I'll try to lay low for now.
I think you're doing fine.
Thank you. Hey, I really appreciate you. You've been very supportive even last time emotionally, so I really, really do appreciate you a lot.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's go back to Guido, see if he got out of the space machine. Guido,
yeah, is it better? If not, I should switch back to. Can you hear me?
I think it's worse, brother. I think it's worse.
Well, should I just get back on the phone, exit this room, and get back on my phone? I'm using the same laptop I used.
Yeah, I would use your phone. Yeah.
I'm exiting.
All right, bye, buddy. Cool, get him back in there when you can, will you? Missing mail and I-589. That doesn't sound good.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for taking my call and all that you do. So I have a pending asylum as of 2017. And then I got married and adjusted my status in 2024. Nice. So I'm waiting to remove the conditions in a couple of months, like 3 or 4 months. So, and I'm planning to withdraw my asylum once I remove the conditions. That's the plan. So this past Monday, a mail appeared on my USPS account, and it's sent from the asylum office where I did my asylum application originally. And the mail apparently got missing. Looks like it didn't, even if it says out for delivery on Monday, it didn't get to me until now. I called the USPS office. They are trying to look, but still it's not found. So at this point, I made up my mind that it's missing. And also I sent an email to the asylum office just with a screenshot of the envelope from the USPS page and mentioning that it's missing and if they can resend it and stuff. And then on Wednesday, I received this strange call from a lady claiming to call from US Immigration and Customs Office. And she was threatening me that I will be put in removal for not updating my record. And I insisted, what kind of record? And she was like, I-94. And I was like, how am I supposed to have updated I-94 when I never left the country? So I started questioning her, like, where are you calling from and stuff like that. And she hung up on me finally.
So that's just a scammer. That's a scammer.
Right? Yeah. So just a coincidence between the mail missing and the call kind of frustrated me in a way. And
Can I ask a question?
mhm.
So just so you know, I've never heard of someone not withdrawing their asylum case until they get their conditional green card conditions removed off their green card. What we tell people is as soon as you get your initial green card, you withdraw that asylum case. What I don't want is for them to think, what you don't want is for them to, like, that was probably an interview notice. Probably. We don't
the asylum?
For the asylum. We don't want you to miss the asylum case, miss the asylum interview, and then they deny you for that. So I think you need to tell them about the fact that you have a green card and send it to them and tell them you don't want to go ahead with your asylum case.
So I should remove it right away? I should withdraw?
I would. Yeah, I would have done it a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the things I wanted your opinion on. So, and what else do you think I can do about the missing mail? Is there anything?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I would just withdraw. So you're going to send a letter to your asylum office with a copy of your green card and your 45 approval notice and say, please allow me to withdraw my asylum case. I already have lawful permanent resident status in the United States. Here's a copy of my green card.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I checked my USCIS account. I would assume when there is a major update like interview, they would put it in there, but I didn't see any updates. That's one of the things I was looking, like when the letter came in, I was like, what's updated with my case? And I checked case tracker and also my USCIS account, and there is no updates.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Those things are always notoriously bad.
Okay, perfect. So I will go ahead and withdraw my asylum case then.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for
bye-bye.
all that you do. I appreciate that.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Did Guido come back? There he is. Hi, Guido.
Is this better, Jim?
Much better, buddy. Much better. Thank you.
I have no idea what happened. It was the same laptop I used last time. Anyway, thank you for your wonderful work. You're an amazing person and your team is awesome. And also, as a side comment, if I could, I would give you the Italian citizenship for the passionate outburst with which I totally concur. Anyway.
Thank you.
Having said that, I have, I hope, positive news about an update of my condition situation. First, I just wanted to, for the benefit of those who hear me, share briefly what happened. I have a green card that does not expire since 1986.
I remember.
Yes, prior to my trip to Italy, I verified with USCIS online whether my card was still valid. I received a response, yes, it was. And I proceeded to travel to Italy, come back, no problems at all. I had an issue with my driver license. They would not renew my driver license because in the form that they sent me, they said there was a change in my immigration status, quote unquote. That sent chills down my spine because I wonder what has changed in my immigration status. And I could not get any answers. I contacted various agencies. I couldn't talk to anybody. It was a nightmare. Then I contacted you, and you said, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I said, I definitely want to be happy. So you
Yeah.
gave me the good advice to apply for a renewal of my green card, which I did not have to renew, but you said it was in my best interest. So lo and behold, on Sunday, this past Sunday, I applied online for my renewal, and check this out. On Thursday, literally 3 days later, I get an I-797 notice of action that basically says, this notice together with your form I-551, also known as green card, provides evidence of your lawful permanent resident status for 36 months, blah, blah, blah. So now I guess the next move would be receiving an appointment for my USCIS status.
Well, some might argue that now that you've done that and you have that piece of paper, that you should go back to the driver's license and say, hey, MFers, now I got you. I've got my old green card, which is my I-551. I have this 36-month extension letter. Give me my damn driver's license.
Oh, I did, Jim. I did, but without the aggressive tone. As a matter of fact, very subdued. And I have to tell you that the lady that helped me out, she was an angel in disguise. She was absolutely helpful and cooperating. So yeah, she says, now my status has been approved. Nice. Lo and behold. Nice. And now hopefully I'll get my driver license in the mail. But I wanted to tell you, I had to cancel. Prior to receiving this letter Thursday, I had to cancel a trip that I scheduled with my wife to Colorado. I lost $1,800 plus $400 for the rental of a car because I thought, if I go through customs and some super zealous agent notices, because I couldn't produce my driver license, right? It expired on October 11th. Yeah. So my return from Colorado was October 11th. So I would have brought my passport and green card. And I thought, God forbid, they call ICE and they arrest me on the spot until they figure out, hey, there is a clerical error or this guy has already applied. Oh, you know what I mean? So I lost everything. But I figured it is what it is.
Yeah. And you mean TSA pre, you don't mean customs.
I'm sorry?
You said if customs.
TSA, sorry. Yeah.
No, I mean, I probably would have gone ahead with the trip or come back a day early, but it's okay. I'm sorry you lost your money.
It is what it is.
We always get travel protection on our end, but I don't know if that would cover it there.
Now, no, unfortunately not. I signed before I booked the flight and all. One last question. Let's suppose, and again, I'm being melodramatic, like my Italian friends are telling me from Italy. Yeah, I'd rather be melodramatic than just call with my pants down, so to speak. Right. Let's suppose I am just going out there. Let's suppose that ICE arrests me. Would I be able to contact your firm and hire you on the spot? Would it work like that?
Sure. And Guido, if you send me an email, I'll even give you my cell number. Yep. Or shit.
That's awesome. I don't anticipate that.
Hold on. Watch this. I'll just give everyone my cell phone number. You ready? Here it is. Here's Jim's cell. Mine's going to kill me. Look at Here it is. This is my cell phone number.
I don't see it in the screen, but
I'm putting it on right now. There it is. That's my cell. So there you go. I might have to get an assistant to handle my cell and get myself a new cell number, but that's my number. So
I got it.
All right.
Okay, Jim. Well, thank you so much, and I will email you once I get my driver license to let you know that your advice, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right, was right on the money.
Awesome. I love it. Thanks, Guido. I'm happy for you, buddy.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Just so you know, everybody, my phone just rang, so somebody's using the number already. Don't use the number's only for emergencies, but you can text me. All right. Oh man, Laura said, "Oh no." Yes, I might have to get a new number. We'll see. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I got Fava and then G. Hello, Fava.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't be better. I'm actually wanted to tell you that the work that you've done very inspirational, and I talked to my brothers and other immigrant friends that you did a good job at helping people. I'm just gonna give you a rundown of my situation,
Sure.
and wanted to hear your the best strategy or your perspective, right? So I entered the U.S. Back into 2013 August. I went back home after almost 1.5 years, January 2015, and then came back, filed OPT, post completion OPT, and then I filed after that. 3 months later, I filed for asylum. And then from then, I was working for companies. Like I paid my tax, I filed my taxes, no criminal record. And then later on, I met my wife in 2021 December. We're dating. I met her on the hike. We're dating. She's not from my home country, different background, different language. But and then I'm 10 years older than her.
Okay.
And then after a few months, probably a couple months, I would say 2 months, I told her about my asylum situation. So she knows, about my immigration history, to basically to remove any doubts, right, later on. And then few months after that, I was talking about, because I'm Muslim, and then I said that, in my culture, we need to look into marriage, not just the boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't believe in that stuff. So, and after that, almost 2 years later, in 2024, October, actually, today is my anniversary. I got married. And then later on in May 2025, I filed
Sorry. Go ahead.
concurrent filing, I-30, I-130, and I-1485.
Okay.
In terms of evidences, there's nothing that I didn't submit. I submit anything I had, right? It's a thick kind of, I would say 100 to 200 pages of evidence, but I feel like still there's a wiggle room to upload more, so I did. So in few days, my interview is coming up, and then I wanted to kind of do some fact checks with you.
Okay.
About the OPT. So, like I said, 3 months after I got my OPT EAD, I filed for asylum, right?
Yeah, right.
All right. And then my first EAD asylum came in 8 months into 2016, right? I thought for the last few years, I thought that, I was authorized to work. Then I realized, no, on OPT, the odd job is not actually included. So your
Right.
job be related to your course of study. So that's one thing that I put no, and then I'm gonna actually change it to yes, unauthorized employment.
Good.
And then, so for asylum pending, right? So this asylum is, so what happened to asylum was I got my interview for asylum February 2025. But back then, like 1 month before that, I moved in, right, to a new state, right? So I called in, I sent them all the letter, different types of letter. Even I showed up at the asylum in New York. I said, look, I contacted the USCIS, Washington, D.C. This is the number, the service number. This is a change of jurisdiction. But if you guys wanted me to attend the interview, I'm still down, right? So they actually canceled the interview, right? So my question here is about something called technical reasons, right? So adjustment of status due to DHS inaction, right? And then I put together a legal brief about it. So I'm not a lawyer, I'm an engineer, but I put together a process flow, right? From basically facts, right? And then arguments, one, which is based on my I-130, the petition that my wife filed for me. And then the second argument is that the adjustability of asylum, right? And then
But your spouse is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
U.S. citizen.
Yeah, then you don't need to worry about that.
But because I've been watching your shows, I realize some people their I-485 has been pending for months or for years because
that's going to happen to you anyway. But you just raise an issue for them that's going to confuse them. They're going to be like, why is he even raising this issue? His spouse is a U.S. citizen.
Okay, so it's not necessary. Maybe after the interview, if they sit on my case for more than 120.
Yeah, but the delay in them processing your asylum case has nothing to do with your eligibility to adjust. So I would never bring it up. There's never a time to bring that up. If they delay your case, it's not because they're wondering, are you adjustable with a valid entry? It's because they're worried about your asylum case or about your marriage. So I think that's something you should totally put to the side.
Okay, so that the fact that I canceled the interview and it says on the cancellation.
So that's different. That's different. You are latching on to a discussion I've had here many times with people who want to adjust with asylum as a bridge and they're married to a green card holder. But you are raising an issue that has your asylum case has impact on your case, but not in the ways that you're thinking is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, does your spouse know everything about your asylum case?
Yeah, inside and out.
Is there anything in your asylum case that was exaggerated or embellished?
No, it's just based on past persecution. I don't have any evidence, and then the one thing that I wanted to bring up with you is that my lawyer, I changed, basically I had one lawyer, initial lawyer, and then I moved my case to another lawyer. The second lawyer didn't do anything for the case. He charged me, I don't know, gazillion dollars, and then he didn't do anything. Personal statement, didn't work with it. I sent them both the COI, like the country of information, for since 2016 and until 2025, right? About the country of information, and then my personal statement. I checked my FOIA, it wasn't there. So something is going on. I feel like the asylum case is a little bit thin to the to my standard. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying, like, you need to, basically the burden is on you to prove that, hey, this is a legit case, right? So go ahead.
So you might want to bring that statement and say, I don't know why it wasn't in the FOIA. My lawyer should have submitted it. I hope you have it. I mean, you don't want the whole thing to become a big asylum relitigation, but if it comes up, it comes up, and you got to be ready to talk about it, and your spouse needs to be ready to talk about it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then, okay. So about this scenario, if they schedule the asylum interview after my I-485 interview, right?
Yeah. If you feel good about the marriage case and you think it's going to get approved, then you might think about withdrawing the asylum case
after the interview, correct?
I mean, hopefully after you get your green card, but yeah, I would say, I mean, I don't think they're going to rule on your case quickly because of the asylum case. Like, that just automatically means they're going to take a while to rule on it.
Okay, and then one more thing. So especially in this environment, new administration, I feel like if I do that, don't you think they're going to send me an NTA?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say it's possible. Right now, as we sit here today, you don't have another asylum interview scheduled, right?
No.
So I might flat out say to the officer, hey, if you guys could hurry up or let me know if there's anything I can do quickly to get this thing wrapped up, it'd be really helpful because then I can withdraw my asylum case without risking being sent to deportation court.
Oh, so like at the interview, I should talk about it. Like at the end of the interview.
Are you bringing a lawyer with you?
No.
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. You have a complicated case. And I know you can do project flowcharts, but you got to bring a lawyer, dude.
I know.
All right, I got to go.
I have one more question.
Hurry up.
Okay. So if they deny the asylum case, right? What's gonna happen? What's next? Like I'm trying to be ready for it, right?
You're right. They would send you to removal. That's right. You were right. They would send you to removal.
Okay, and then I need to I can file cancellation of removal.
Well, no, you would just adjust in court. You know, you get the I-130 approved, and then you just adjust in court.
Okay, and then one more thing about my work situation. You know, I've been an engineer, but for the last 2 years, I'm off the market. I've been doing, you know, odd jobs, but in my I-485, I uploaded my, you know, my job interviews. You know, I've been interviewing for the last 8-9 months. Do you think it's helpful or no? It's not necessary. For the last, like my taxes from, you know, 3 years ago that I've been, you know, making money, like, you know, enough or sufficient. And then also, you know, the job interviews that I've done this year.
I know you're an engineer, brother, and I know you're smart, but you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. There's no reason to upload job interviews. That's just going to confuse them.
Gotcha.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. I guess arguably it goes to public charge. So yeah, but again, dude, I can tell right now, number one, you should have an attorney there for 2 reasons. One is you have a complicated case. Number two, I can tell that you're used to sort of guiding the conversations, and that's not what you want to do in this thing. You want to be quiet and answer the questions they ask you and not bring up anything else. You've injected 2 or 3 things in here that you really don't need to bring up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And then one more thing.
Oh, sorry. That's it. No, you said that 3 times. I got to go. There's other people. I'm sorry.
Bye-bye.
I was going to tell you guys, I'm going to take one more call, but I want to tell you guys, I was on the news the other day. I put the link in the comments if anybody wants to see it. And here's just a screenshot of me on camera. And then I want to show you a funny, that's me right there in my purple shirt. I don't think I did a show in my purple shirt, but I like my purple shirt. And then let's see. So then we'll get rid of that. And then check out this comment that we got, or that's actually on the news channel. They posted this. It made me laugh. Where is it? Share screen again. This is the comments underneath. I thought Philip Seymour Hoffman passed away. And then someone else says, I thought that too. And 6 people liked it. So that's funny. You guys know I love Philip Seymour Hoffman, so that made me laugh. All right. G, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. So I have a question about N400 interview notice. The N400 interview notice says that must bring evidence, any evidence of selective service registration. I don't have it. I've never been registered.
Okay. Well, just time out. How old were you when you came to the United States for the first time?
Legally, like as a permanent resident or B1, B2 visa holder?
No, not B1, B2. Yeah. I mean, tell me, just give me real quick your immigration history.
So first I got my B1, B2 in 2015. And then I got married and I got my green card in 2020.
2020? So how old were you in 2020?
30.
Then you didn't have to register. You don't have to register unless you're 18 to 26. So that you don't have to bring that.
So I don't have to worry about it. But why did they give me the notice though? If I don't have
it's a standard form they send to everybody.
So I shouldn't worry about it, about this form at all.
Only males between the age of 18 and 26 have to register for selective service as green card holders. That wasn't you, so you didn't have to.
Okay, thank you so much. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, G. All right, let's go to the Nazrankas. Hello. You're on mute.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
So basically, my fiance, he came over to America when he was 4 years old as a legal refugee. I don't know if you're familiar with the war in Rwanda, the genocide that happened.
Sure.
Yeah, so he's a Tutsi. So his mother was fleeing Rwanda, and she gave birth to him on enemy territory in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They then fled to Benin, where she passed away, and his family brought him to America. So they got legal refugee status. He ended up growing up here. They left him in a hotel room, and then in New York, so foster care picked him up. He was in foster care from 4 years old to 30 years old, where he was just living like any, I would say, American child. He said he didn't know there was a real difference, except the people, when they put him out of foster care, they told him that you have to go get your citizenship.
Well,
But they didn't make it.
But hold on, did he get a green card? Did he ever have a green card?
Yeah, he had a green card.
Okay.
He had a green card, and when he aged out of foster care, they said go get your citizenship. But he said he never got it because he didn't know it was that big of a deal. When I contacted the social worker, she said we didn't help him get it because unfortunately our program is funded by refugees. So if we help him get his citizenship, then it will defund our program. So I was like, wow, that really stinks, because he didn't know. So fast forward, he had gotten into some legal trouble, and they ended up putting him up for deportation. He put in a application for CAT, Prevention Against Torture, because that country they want to kill people like him. The judge denied it, and he said, okay, deport me. They deported him, and now he's being detained in the Democratic Republic of Congo, falsely being accused of being a spy against the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the question?
My question is,
I'm sorry that you and he are going through that. I'll say that, but what's the question?
Thank you. So my question is there anything that, like, is there any leverage that I can lean on in America to do something about this? Because he did apply for Prevention Against Torture, and this is a torturous situation. He's being held in one of the most ruthless jails in the DRC, accused of being a spy, and he's not a spy. He's just a deportee.
No. I mean, are you married?
No.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, if you got married, you could apply for him, but if he got into criminal trouble that was serious enough to get him deported. So did he end up getting deported because of the criminal stuff, or because of the fact that he just never got it? I mean, he must have, because he had a green card. So did he have a lawyer as he went through deportation?
So in the beginning, he didn't have a lawyer. Okay, when he went to court, the judge was trying to work with him, but I don't know. I guess he got like upset, and he said, "Deport me." And now I don't know why he said that either, but I'm going to be honest. He told the people to deport him, and the judge asked him not to say that, but then they followed through with it. And then we got a lawyer when we found out like he could actually be like harmed really bad, and we filed a motion. The judge denied it on the basis that he could have brought that information to the first hearing.
Yeah, I don't think this brother's coming back to the United States anytime soon. And the fact that he's being tortured in DRC, there's no way to like reopen it and bring him back here. That's not how it works.
Okay.
I mean, he would need like a new way to come, and being married to you might be it. But I mean, again, I don't know what kind of trouble he got into besides immigration trouble, but it could be problematic.
He got like a felony for they were outside drinking and smoking, so they got some marijuana on him, and they gave him a felony for it.
Yeah, so he's probably not coming back.
Like ever, even if we get married?
I would say that, I mean, again, you got to look at everything, but I would say the chances of success are low.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate your honesty.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. So you don't ever say in court, yeah, send me back. Don't want to do that, but man, oh man, I understand. All right, everybody, have a good night. Huli, thank you for your help. Monday's show, we might do a show tomorrow, but I don't want Huli to have to do anything. We probably won't do a show tomorrow. Show will be on Monday at 7 p.m. Oh, maybe not. Oh, geez. I don't know if I'll be able to do a show on Monday. We'll stay tuned. We won't announce it yet. Hopefully it'll be, yes, thank you, Huli. If you want to know when we're doing our next show, text the word show to 314-470-3300 and we'll let you know. I'm getting lots of texts from everybody. Nurse Laura sent me a text, so thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Oh, Donna showed up. Hi, Donna. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. See ya. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.